Photoshop tutorial. Thought I'd do this one real quick. This is more going to be one of the tricks kind of thing, not exactly a full-on tutorial, let's say. This one is mainly going to focus on texturing and making sure everything looks great for Roblox upload, like with templates and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to open up one of my blank templates, if I can find it. All right. So once I have my template spawned in, and once again I've covered how to make your own template and everything like that in a different video, so you can go check that one out. It's under the tutorials tab on my homepage. So I'm just gonna add a quick rectangle over the top, and I'm just gonna, I'll make it orange, or no, I'll make it like a nice maroon color. All right, and I'm just gonna drag that underneath the top layer in the layers panel on the bottom right. So I'm gonna do a new layer on top of that by pressing the little plus button on the layers panel, and then I'm gonna drag another rectangle on top of that. And for this one, we're gonna go into the fill category, and then we're gonna go under patterns. So in here, this is gonna be like a really basic clothing texture, like a nice fabric. So what I like to do is I like to go to the grass actually, and then change the scale to a little bit under, maybe around 23%. That seems like a good one. All right, so then once you have that there, and it should just look like green grass, nothing special about it, just a little bit small. You wanna go to the blending options, which is also on the layer panel right next to opacity. You wanna click on that, and then you just wanna click and drag down until you see one that looks good. Let's see, the multiply looks good to me. So I'm just gonna make sure that this looks good with every color, and that does not look like it's fine. That's one thing. Photoshop is a lot of trial and error. So there we go. The overlay looks good, and I'm just gonna change the opacity to maybe 1%, so you just have like this really nice light overlay of texture that just looks great. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set these two together, or actually I'll group them together just so they can be moved around nice and easy. So I'm just gonna make this into a quick little t-shirt. Here, I'll bring up the maroon color again because I like it, and then I'm going to copy the group that we just made, and I'm going to put it down on the bottom part of it over the shirt. And then I'm just going to copy that 2 times so I can get everything nice and tangled down here. All right, so then the 2 bottom layers, I'm just going to quickly join them together since they're exactly the same. So I'm just going to select those 2 groups, and then I'm going to go to convert to smart object. And then since we only want a little bit of room for the arm, I'm going to take my select tool and give me a little bit of room on the bottom here. I'm just gonna press delete after I rasterize the layer. And now I'm gonna set the opacity back, and you can see that there's just a little bit of room on the bottom there now. So for the neckline, I do have a little template that I'm gonna drag and drop in. Let's see, there it is. And I'm just gonna crop that down here to get it all set up. I did not think this one through, apparently. There we go. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back on the top layer, which I'm now going to convert to a smart object and rasterize it. By the way, I have a keyboard shortcut set up for rasterizing. You can just easily right click, and then rasterize layer is right under convert to smart object. So once I've done that, I can't talk, I'm going to take the eraser tool, and I'm just going to trace around the neckline just a little bit. Oop, yep, too much there. Just so that you can sort of see an outline of it, but not too much. All right, so then once that's done, I'm gonna hide that layer with the neckline, and you can see that we have a nice little neck hole right there. Oops, there we go. and then a nice top part as well. So when I'm doing like a sweater, for example, I would like to do a little layer on the bottom of the top part and the sleeve of the bottom part. That just gives it a little bit of shading. So I'm just going to click and drag a fully black rectangle, and I'm going to put that on top of all the layers except the template. And then I'm just going to change that to an overlay, and I'm going to change the opacity to around 1 or 10%, so it's just a little bit right there. I'm gonna click and drag that onto the next one. Let's see here. All right, so then once I have done that, I'm gonna click and drag it. I'm gonna duplicate it right back up to the top. And I'm just going to drag it all the way across. Oops. Here we go. So then after that, you can see that we have a cute little sweatshirt that literally took what, 5-6 minutes, and it has a nice texture to it. As if you zoom in, and you can see that. Let me hide the little thing here if I can remember the keyboard shortcut for it. There we go. Yeah, there you go. And then if you want to add like a quick little logo to it, here you can just Google something. Let's see. I'll do like a little heart emoji. So I just want to look that up, and I'm going to do PNG after that, so it's a nice transparent layer. All right. So you can see this one right here. It has that checkerboard background, which is what we want. We're just going to copy that, and we're going to paste it in. Actually, I like this one more, so I'm going to use this one. Actually, never mind. That one isn't a transparent layer, so we'll just go with we'll go with this one. This one looks good. All right, so then we're just going to click and drag this down. And I'm just going to have it over the little chest area up here, like maybe about right there. And then you can use your arrow keys to move it wherever you want it to. And I'm just gonna set this to overlay so it has that texture on it as well. And I'm gonna change the opacity to like 40-50%. I'm gonna go with 40. And there you go, you have a nice little maroon sweater with a heart logo on it. And took you what, 10 minutes? Not even. All right, so this was just a little quick overview with texture and everything. You can just copy and paste images in, such as, you know, a screenshot of a jean texture and stuff like that, and just resize it. I like to use the Photoshop elements just because they're higher quality and you don't have to worry about finding them over and over again because they're all in Photoshop. So in my opinion, it's just easier, and plus you can save it as a Photoshop document and everything like that. So yeah, that was just a quick little tip for you guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe, like, and expect more series to come out. More episodes in this series, that is. All right, thanks for watching. See ya.